We'll start. विनायकनमस्तुभ्यं सततं मोदकप्रिय निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव साषु सर्वदा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने। श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने। आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। श्रीराघवं दशरथात्मजमप्रमेयं सीतापतिं रघुकुलान्वयरत्नदीपम् आजानुबाहुमरविन्ददलायताक्षं रामं निशाचरविनाशकरं नमामि। आञ्जनेयमतिपाटलाननं काञ्चनाद्रिकमनीयविग्रहं पारिजाततरुमूलवासिनं भावयामि पवमाननन्दनं यरघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वमरोगता अजाड्यं वाक्पटुत्वं च हनुमत्स्मरणात् भवेत्। कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम्। सर्वेभ्यः सुप्रभातम्। When I said Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhasi, I suddenly remembered, not suddenly remembered, I wanted to, I remembered him, and so I'm telling it. I'm in California in my cousin's, my wife's cousin's place. They have a young son, 3-year-old son. He is also our Swain Sevak. He respects me a lot. So he asked me when he was born, Anaya, you have to name him. And he said there are some constraints. It has to start with V. So finally, we named him Vedas. So Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase. And Vedas, I'm in his house today. I'm in his garage. It's a small home. You know, in California, small homes, everyone is occupied there. So I came to the garage. If you see something in my background and you hear car noises, it is because I'm towards the road, sitting towards the road now. Astu. So what, like we started last time, we'll be reading shlokas towards the end so that at least we can spend 1 good hour or less than, it's almost 6:10 now. As much as we can, reading the shlokas. In fact, I want to let us see, so that we feel that we have completed the Yuddhakanda also. So that after that, the next set of shlokas are only Phalashruti shlokas. Several of them, but all of them are about what happens if somebody reads this, at least this Sankshipta Ramayana Sarga or Bala Ramayanam Sarga, which is about 18-9 shlokas. If they read that much, what all do they get? Iti. Let us see. I am not sure if we can complete it today, all of them, but otherwise, at least by next week, we'll be completing the Katha part of the shlokas and then Phalashruti. So, Adyatana Panchangam, Sharvari Nama Samvatsare, Dakshinayane, Sharadrutau, Ashwini Mase, Shukla Pakshe, Tritiya Tithihi, till 5:08 p.m. Adya Sthiravasaraha, Chitra Nakshatram, till little after noon, 12:51, followed by Swati, Indraha Yogaha till 11:09, followed by Vaidhriti Yogaha, and Karanam Garaha till 5:08 p.m., followed by Vanik till almost 3:29 a.m. tomorrow morning, and then Vishtihi. So last time we did till 78, right? We did till Sovikamya Mahatmanam Kritva Ramam Pradakshinam Nyavedayadameyatma Drishta Siteti Tatvataha. And then we just read Tatta Sugriva Sahito Gatva Tiram Mahodadhe Samudram Kshob. No, we didn't start that, right? Did we stopped at 78, isn't it?
That's right.
Huh? We stopped at 78.
That's right, Prabhuji.
No,
Correct.
it was 79. Like in the YouTube video, you guys went until like 79.
We just started 79. Okay. Okay. So let us say that shloka one more time. One of you repeat after me. Tata Sugriva Sahito
Tata Sugriva Sahito
Gatva Tiram Mahodadhe
Gatva Tiram Mahodade
Samudram Kshobayamasa
Samudram Kshobayamasa
Sharairaditya Sannibhaihi.
Sharairaditya Sannibhaihi.
So from there we said Yuddhakanda we have started. So Sundarakanda, Yuddhakanda Vrittam Aha. So Sundarakanda story completed with 78th shloka, and 79th shloka onwards it starts with Yuddhakanda. And Tataha Ityadivihi. Tataha Hanuman Vakya Shravananantaram. Tataha means after hearing that Drishta Sita Iti. After that event, Hanumat Vakya Shravananantaram Sugriva Sahito Raghunatha, along with Sugriva, Raghunatha, Mahodadhe, that means Maha Udadhi. So Samudram has so many, what do I say? So many names, synonyms, right? Each is another. As you know, in Sanskritam, every name or any word is a description, is a qualifier, is a description. So based on what purpose you look at Samudram, different meanings are there. So Udadhihi is another name. Talking of that, I remembered there is one beautiful Sripada Shastriji, one Samskrita Pandit, and he was a Shatavadhani, in Sanskritam. So he was in one of his avadhanams, he was asked to describe Samudra has 6 names. So the given, it is called Samasya Purnam. You give one line and ask him to complete the shloka, compose a shloka with that as the last line. And they also give the context. So somebody gave him this Samasya saying, Dadihi, Udadihi, Mahodadihi, Lavarnamaha, Samudraha, like that. 6 names, he said, and please compose it a shloka on Shiva's family. So the way it goes is, I don't remember the shloka exactly, but the meaning is something like this. I've blogged it in my blog. It is there. I can read it later for you. So the shloka, the meaning, it's a conversation. So Shanmukha comes. Shanmukha is Subramanya Swami, right? He comes to meet Shiva. So that is how he creates the context. Ho Tata, that's how Kumaraswamy addresses Shiva. Father, what's up? Says Shiva. Then he says, Amba Kupyati. Mother is angry. Why? Yes. Shiva asks why. All of this in two words conversation. Amba Kupyati Tata. Kimiti Shiva. Then, he says, wait, I'm helping our, bhaktas and all here. So don't worry. Then he's waiting, but still father is not coming. Amba is waiting for father. And so the way he solves the samasya is, evam roshena. Now Shanmukha got, what do you say? He's furious. What? Our mother is calling and father is still not coming. He's busy with his affairs, office affairs here. No. So Shanmukhena, from 6 mouths. Shanmukha has 6 faces, right? So from 6 faces, what is, if you don't come, what is the gati? He says. Ganga is the is another is his. Ganga is also Shiva's patni, right? So if I leave and come, what happens to Ganga? Ask Shiva. Then in fury, Shanmukha replies with his 6 heads. Dadi, Udadihi, Mahodadihi, Sagaraha, Samudraha, like that. So, what is the gati of Ganga? Ganga is a nadi. What is the gati or what is the destination of any nadi? It's always ocean, this sea. So, but the samasya given was 6 synonyms of sea. Well, how do you compose a poem? Do you explain them? Oh, this Sagara means this, Udadhi means this, Mahodadhi means this. How to compose? So the creativity of that Shatabdhani came in creating this, this situation where in a conversation, finally when Shanmukha gets angry and asks, please leave that Ganga and come, he's saying mother. And he says, Array, if I leave her, so long I've kept her on my head, if I leave her, now what happens? Shiva asks. And he says, oh, Saga, Dadi, Mahodadi, that is the destination. 6 faces say 6 words, the synonyms of Sagara. A nice, beautiful one. I should have remembered this shloka. I'm not recollecting it. I will tell as if I recollect through during the class. So, Mahodadhehi means Samudrasya iti. So, Mahodadhehi tiram, the coast, Gatva, Prapya, Aditya Sannibhaihi, Sannibha, Bha is Prakasha. Sannibha is similar in glow to Aditya. Just as sun is so hot, I mean, hot is a very normal term, is burning, right? It is a burning Jwalantam iva. So Aditya Sannibhai, Aditya Prakashaihi, Sharaihi, Banihi, Samudram Kshobhayamasa. He, Kshobhanam, Kshobha means he puts Samudra into, Kshobha is what? Kshobha is, what do you say, Kshobha? Kshobha?
Anguish.
Anguish, probably anguish, yeah. So he, with his powerful arrows, like the power of sun, he puts Kshobhayamasa. It's equivalent. It is a synonym also, analogy there. The sun, anyway, we said it, Payatyesha, Tapatyesha, Varshatyesha, Gavasthivihi. That's the purpose of sun. He drinks, he sucks away water from rivers and ocean anyways, right? During the summer time, that's his power. So likewise, Rama's arrows also were as powerful as sun, that it could dry up the ocean if required. So that's the analogy there. Aditya Sannibhai. Why should he call the arrows as sun? Because it could create so much anguish and terror to the sea that it was sucking away all the water, drying away the sea also. Certain a similar analogy, poetical analogy. So Samudram Kshobhayamasa means apatam akuli chakara. Akuli means, we discussed this, Vyakula, akula means sorrowful. Akuli chakara. He did. What did he do? Apatam, from head till the whole, for the entire ocean, for the entire sea, he could make it sorrowful or tragic. Etena Bana Vyaparat Purvam Lanka Margadani Samudrasya Anavadhanata Suchita. So that means essentially Rama got so much furious because of the Anavadhanam. Avadhanam is attention. Anavadhanam is inattentive. Because Samudraha Lanka Margadani, because as per the instructions given to him by the rishis and Brahma. He does, the Samudra's archanam and puja. In spite of that, after 3 days also, when Samudra does not give him the solution or the way, then Rama loses his temper. That's when he will. So, Lanka Margadane Samudrasya Anavadhanata, its inattention, Suchita, is implied in this event here. Okay, we'll go to the next one. Darshayamasa Chatmanam
Sachatmanam
Samudrasaritam Patihi
Samudrasaritam Patihi
Samudravachanachaiva
Samudravachana Chaiva
Nalam Setumakarayat.
Nalam Setumakarayat.
So now, if Rama throws such arrows, we can imagine, right? Now, Samudra, the Samudra god, the sea god, he Darshayamasa, he appeared. He finally appears. Cha Atmanam, he showed himself. That's what it means. Atmanam, himself. Darshayamasa cha Atmanam, who Samudraha Saritam Patihi. Samudra, as we just said in the previous sloka, he is the Pati, he's the Pati and Gati, and so Gati of Sarita. Sarita is river. Saritam of the rivers, Patihi. The Samudra is the Pati of all the Saritaha. And Samudra Vachanat Chaiva, with the instructions of that Samudra. Nalam. So Nala was one of the main engineers there in Vanara, in Sugriva's army, with Sri Rama. And so Nalam so he tells him, hey, you have the fantastic engineer here with you and architect here. Use him to build the bridge. And that is that Setu Bandhanam. Setum Akarayat. Right? Let us celebrate one more time about this Setu, now that we discovered the Setu, which is the most magnificent, wonder of the world. It should be wonder of the universe. Building a bridge over ocean, all the way from the tip of Bharat, southern tip of Bharat to Lanka. Those days is a fantastic architectural or engineering marvel that was done by Nala, under Sri Rama's, under Samudra Vachana's advice, Sri Rama's leadership. Nala finally builds that. So let us read the Vyakhyanam. Prapta Kshobhanantaram, after receiving all that Kshobha, that pain. Evo Nantaro Arthakaha, Eva iti Anantara Arthakaha. After that, Saritam Nadinam Patihi, Anena Rama Kopa Shantaye Kaliya Iva Samudraha Sapatnikaha Samagataha iti dhvanyate. So the Vyakhyana given here by Govindarajaji is that Anena, by this, Rama Kopa Shantaye, for calming down, for cooling down the temper of Rama, Kaliyaha Iva Samudraha. So now he is bringing an analogy between Krishna Avatara and Rama Avatara, this Vyakhyana Karta. What he's saying is, just as in Sri Krishna's childhood, when he goes to Yamuna, and then there is Kaliya in it, and when Krishna finally, pounds on Kaliya and thumps him and is about to die, then Sapatnikaha Samagataha. Just as all his Kaliya's wives come and pray, Krishna, please, please, he's the only husband of us, kindly, save him for us. And then Sri Krishna says, all right, leave here and go. Then Kaliya says, oh, if I go, I've taken a refuge here, because if I go out, Garud Garutman will come and, kill of us. Because Garutman are the eagle and vulture and the snakes. No, the snake is a prey for the vulture, right? So that from that context, he says, but Krishna says, don't worry, I've already danced on you so much so that my footprint are on your hood, on your hoods. And so anybody, including Garutman, the moment they see it, they will recognize that it is my blessing for you and they will not hurt you. That's how they leave that and come over to, they say, to the America. That's why it is called Ramanaka Varsha, Krauncha Dvipa. In this Dvipa, finally Kaliya and all, they move over, they say. So, so likewise, Samudraha, who is also, and to bring sort of that analogy, Samudraha Saritam Patihi. Just like Kaliya had so many serpents as his, call them cohorts or whatever, wives, right? Likewise, Samudra has so many nadis as his wives. Along with all of them, Samudra appears praying Rama for, begging Rama's pardon. Iti dhvanyate. So that is sort of the message implied. Though nothing is explicitly said like that, but the Vyakhyanakarta and Sahridayaha, we say. Sahridaya is the readers or the followers who are in sync with the heart of the composer. In Sahityam, we say Sahridayaha. Sahridaya means anybody, a reader, in order for rasa nishpatti, in order for that rasa, which means the rasa, you cannot explain it in English. If you can understand, in order for that success of bringing out the what do you call it? Huh?
Essence.
Not essence. The enjoyment of it is called rasa nishpatti.
Yeah, rasa sara actually is very difficult, but saram is consolidated. Its essence is concentrated, or you can say,
Right. That is the essence. But to enjoy that, see, when in fact, when I was doing my MA Sanskritam class last block, the course was Sahityam, Sahitya Parichayaha. So in that, our teacher was telling that she also could not explain finally when some of them were not Sanskrit spoken people. So they asked, what does it mean? Finally, she said, when you see a movie or when you see any event, and if you happen to say Wah, or if you can clap, then there is rasa nishpatti, they say. And for that, rasa nishpatti will occur only when the audience are in unison at heart with the composer of the story, or the artist on the stage, or finally the director of the movie behind the scene. So likewise, likewise, we also have to be sahridayaha in order to see the dhvani behind it, which is, hey, there is a nice analogy between the Kaliya, Sri Krishna and Kaliya Mardana story, and Rama's anger and the Samudra coming, seeking seeking the pardon. Huh? So that is what it is dhanitaha. So Samudraha Atmanam Swaswarupam, the original form of the deity of Samudra, Darshayamasa, his Swarupa, with his original form, he shows himself up in front of Rama. Chakarat Swaparadha Kshamapana Vachanam Samucharayamasa. So by saying cha, Darshayamasa cha Atmanam, by saying that cha with the chakarat, Swa Aparadha Kshamapana Vachanam, seeking aparadha kshamapana, seeking pardon for his inattentiveness. Kshama aparadha kshamapana vachanam samuchara. He expresses that apologetic prayer or apologetic seeking apologies from Sri Rama for his delay in responding to Sri Rama's prayers. That is implied with cha. Ramaha samudravachanat. Samudravachanat means samudra prarthanataha. It is actually samudra is coming to seek refuge, I mean, to seek pardon, right? So vachanam means here with his prarthana, Rama, 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 please, please, please don't now hurt me by drying me up. So he's praying. However, I'll give you a solution. I know you have been contemplating on how to cross and this ocean. You were seeking some solution from me. The way means a solution here. And I will tell you, you have the best architect here. So all of that is the prarthana here. Though in the shloka it is said as vachanam, samudra vachanat, samudra prarthanataha, chakarat swashrita kalyanaya, which means those who seek refuge in him, swacharita suchanartham, with the suchana, with the advice that he gives, Nalam, Nala, who is one of the Vanara architect, one of the best architects of that time, Setum akarayat, he builds the bridge. Nalena Setum rachayamasa, he gets it created and built with by Nala. That's what it means here. Tena gatva purim lankam Hatva Ravana Mahave Rama Sita Manuprapya Param Vridam Upagamat Vrida Upagamat. Very good. Param Vridam Upagamat. So now Tena. So see, already to describe the entire Ramayana, it took almost more than 80 slokas, right? So with just one sloka, you are telling probably explicitly one event, but several events before and after are sort of implied. So now again, Setu is built, and then Tena means Setu Bandhanottara Kalikam Vrittam Aha. Vrittam means the narration or the story. Setu Bandhana Uttara means after. After Setu Bandhana, the story is being told here. Tena ityadina. Ramaha Tena Swakaritena Setuna. With the bridge built by Rama. Built meaning under the leadership of Rama. Svena Swakaritena. Because it is under Rama's name. That is why we call it Rama Setu. Swakaritena Setuna. Lankam Purim Gatva means Prapya, having reached Lanka city. Ahave in the Yuddha. Tatratya Sangramam in that war that took place in Lanka. Ravanam Hatva, by killing Ravana. Param, which means Lakshmi Adisreshtham. Lakshmi is the most Sreshta quality for a woman, right? Mahalakshmi, you are like Mahalakshmi, we say. So that means because Lakshmi is the noblest virtues of any person, significantly for woman, we say. So Lakshmi Adisreshtham Sitam Anuprapya means Prapya is to attain, to get. Anuprapya means Samyak Svikritya, having accepted her. Vridam. So here, see, the details we will know when we actually read the Sargas of Yuddha Kanda. So, because if we get into details and analysis, critical analysis and all of this situation, of this one and the next shloka, then we will be spending several hours here only. So for now, what is called as Shraddha Vachanam, with faith, with trust in our Rama and our elders. Let us read this line here without any critical comments in heart also. Because there is no time for us to explain it now or analyze it and debate it now. So let's not get into the debate, but let's trust that Rama is the Maryada Purushottam. So he will follow the Maryada. Maryada means whatever are the protocols, policies of the times and of Dharma. Dharma as accepted universally, as accepted by the society. He will not do one thing for himself, but prescribe something else for the society. Whatever he talks, whatever he thinks is what he talks. What he talks is what he acts. That is what Sri Rama is known for. Okay. So what is the Vrida? Vrida means, Vrida is that sorrow, hurt, full hurt situation. So Vridam means Indradi Sahayakaraka Raghukulodbhavaha. See, how is Rama born? With again, we'll read that in the third chapter. When how third chapter onwards, it will be 2-3 sargas. How Putrakamish Yaga is done by Dasharatha, and how all gods come. How while this yaga is happening, how all of them, they assemble, they discuss their issues, each other, they share their problems, issues, and finally when Narayana appears, all of them go to him and pray. Please, Vishnuji, take care of this. We are unable to we are unable to stand the troubles caused by Ravana. You have to come and solve it and all. So with Indra's Sahayakena, Rama is born. Raghunatha Raghukulodbhavaha Vanara Sahayena means with the help of Vanaras, who are not even human species, right? It's a different species. Swaparigraham Prapta, one who is the abducted Sitam, he got back with the help of Vanaras. Iti Vanara Prabhavan Anabhignata. What is happening? Vanara Prabhavan Abhignajanaha Vadishyanti iti Lajjabhasam Upagamat means Prapa. So Param Vridam Upagamat. By Rama Sitam Anuprapya Param Vridam Upagamat. He felt sort of guilty or unhappy or sort of dissatisfied. Not very, he was not, hey, I killed Ravana, I got back Sita. He was not like that. He was still sorrowful. So one of the potential reasons is being told by the Vyakhyanakarta here as, even though Raghukulodbhava Rama, born with the blessings and the design and the request and gods, what he finally had to fight Ravana and kill all the Rakshasas, get back Sita with the help of Vanaras. Ayyo, I had to take help of Vanaras. Oh no. Kind of a what do you call that, a feeling where lack of content feeling that I didn't kill it, I didn't do it myself, kind of that small dissatisfaction. Lajja in a way a bit shyfulness. It is not it is not sorrow or unhappy, but sort of shy. I should have done it with myself, or I should have done it with my Ayodhya army or with my army. But I had to take and trouble all these Vanaras to get my job done. And so sort of a bit of guilty and shyness he felt. That is what it means. Param Vridam. Now what is the Vrida? Another problem given here is Raksho Gruhe Chiroshitam Punargrihitavan iti Lokopavada Shankaya means Atishayitam lajjam upagamat. So the other lajja is as per the prevalent practices or social practices. When your woman, when your wife is away living in some other man's premises, people were not accepting it. That was the social standards then. That's why I said let's not discuss, let's not debate that. For now, trust. So as per the society's feelings, Rama also lokopavada, that people will start blaming him. He knew it. See, Rama loves Sita so much, so that in spite of all other, in spite of the belief systems, societal belief system of the world that time, against it, with his love, because of his love for Sita, he finally, he knows that if he takes Sita right away, people will start making all, start blaming him as against that. Hey, see, Rama is such a lusty fellow. Even though Sita stayed for almost 1 year away in Ravana's home, he still took away. How much lust he has for Sita. People might say that. So he preempts those questions. When we actually read those Yuddha Kanda, we will understand that. But anti-Muka apavada, that the allegation or the blame that the world might put on him, lajjam upagamat, he again felt a bit shy there. That is another reason for the vrida there. Chira ushitam, vasati ushita means past tense, one who lived. Vasati, one who lives. Chira, for long time, for almost 1 year. Raksho gruhe, that too in the house of a Rakshasaha. So that is the Param Vridam Upagamat. Hence, to preempt all those allegations, all the potential, rumors and gossips that people will make, let's say the shloka. Tam uvacha tato Ramaha.
तामुवाच
Tamuvacha tato Ramaha.
तामुवाच ततो रामः
Parusham jana samsadi.
परुषं जनसंसदिः
Parusham jana samsadi.
परुषं जनसंसदि
Amrishyamana sa Sita.
अमृष्यमाणा सा सीता
Viveshajvalanam sati.
विवेशज्वलनं सति.
So, as I said, hold your heart. Let's not make any judgments. Let's not be judgmental, but let's have that rasa nishpatti. Let's enjoy it. Let tears come if required, but we will not judge till we read the Yuddha Kanda Sargas. So, tataha tamuvacha tato Ramaha parusham jana samsadi. Samsad, we say, right? Samsad is the assembly. So, tataha means anantaram, jana samsadi, vanara rakshasa sabhayam. So, after all that war-related thing is all done, and then Sita comes back. Till that time or during that time, there is a huge assembly of the remaining people and who are in favor of Rama, both from Rakshasas and of course from Vanaras, right? So Vanara Rakshasa Sabhayam, in that assembly, Tam Sitam, so Sita arrives now from Ashokavana, Tam Sitam, unto Sita, to Sita, Ramaha Parusham. Parusham means Vaktum anarhaha, anarham vachaha. Such pinching or such hurting statements he makes, which are Vaktum anarham. Otherwise, he cannot say it. He's not eligible to say, he's not capable to say. Rama is such a soft person that otherwise he's not even, he cannot say such statements. However, he makes such, in fact, statements, as you say, there are a lot of questions also. Questions, options that Rama gives to Sita. Again, as I said, let's not be judgmental. So, Parusham here means Vaktum Anarham Vachaha statements. And some of the one quote here is Deepo Netraturasya Iva Pratikulasi Me Drudham. That is one of the statement of Rama. Rama gives a lot of analogies in the Yuddhaskanda, in that sarga, when he's talking to Sita. Netra Aturaha. Netratura, this is one, what is called as, just give me a second. I think this must be from the Sanskrit Bharati class. Let me, hello? Yes. Yeah. You, did you receive the email? Zoom link? Yes. No. If you once you set up the Zoom, once you click that Zoom link, it'll ask you to create your Zoom account. You create. Go back to that Zoom link again and click that link again and log in with your new Zoom account. Yeah, no, you go back. You go back to that email which has the link, right? You click that link, and you should be into the class, into the main hall. Yeah. Okay. I'll give you one number. Call him because I am in another Ramayana class here. I'll give Lakshmana, who's the moderator, who's running the Zoom account now. His name is Lakshman. Just give me a minute. So 678.
Sorry, repeat that.
678 520 9134.
Okay, 678-520-9134.
Yeah, call him Lakshmana. Lakshman Dorbala. I'm Lakshmana Anupindi. He's the moderator of the Zoom there. So he can help you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but before that, I'll just take one more second. You said just click on the same link again, right? Like same which says activate your Zoom account and log in, and I'll be in the main call.
Most probably. But if not, as I said, you can call Lakshman and he should see why you haven't received. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Right.
Have a good day.
Namaste. Kshamatam. Sorry for the Sanskrit Bharati disturbance there. Okay. So, Netraturaha, Deepo Netraturasya Deepo Netraturasya is a we say Niti. Niti means it's like saying, but that has a message and an analogy and a story for describing it. So for a Netra Atura, for somebody who has an eye problem, let us say I don't know how many of you, did you ever get your eyes dilated when you went for an eye test? Did anyone go for a dilation of eye test? When you go for eye test and for deep tests, that time what they pour some acid in your acid or some liquid on your eye, and they let you stay there for half an hour or so. Close your eyes and let you stay, so that the eye bulges out completely. You're still in a dark room, so you won't realize, and then the doctor, the optician, is looking through your retina and all and finding out, studying the whole eyeball. But the problem is, after you are done with the test and you walk outside of the room and you come into normal light, forget sunlight, normal light itself, you cannot see because your eyes have bulged so much. So the lens, eye pupil has expanded so wide that even small ray of light will seem like a big, flash beam of light. So that is the comparison here. Netraturasya deepaha. Just as for somebody whose eye is dilated, even a narrow, small lamp will seem like big sun in front of his eye and he cannot see it. So that is the analogy Rama gives here. So this is one example of the Parusha Vachanam. He says, just as for a eye problem, even a small lamp he cannot see, so also I'm not able to see. But it is when we actually read the Vyakhyana with these shlokas, then you will see. So he's in a way saying Sita, for if you read ordinary man, if he reads, he will think what he is not able to see Sita just because she lived with she lived in Ravana's place. That is how we are making the judgments. But if you read the Vyakhyanam and the Dhvani there, he is in a way actually saying, Sita, you are like that Agni, that so much of light, you are like that infinite light. I have a problem. I have a problem of the responsibility of the ruling. I'm the ruler. Unfortunately, my hands are tied with the current society's policies. So I'm the patient here. You are like that sun, so much infinite light, so much infinite knowledge. You are so pure. And Agni is Pavakaha, right? Sun is also Pavakaha. He's the purifier. So he's comparing Sita with Agni and himself as an eye patient. That is the Dhvani we have to take and sympathize with Rama than like stupid fellows who judge Rama. So let's not again go there. So lokasya na asyam Ramasya kamadi doshataha. So kama dosha is what otherwise people were alleging then of anyone whose wife is away for long in somebody else's house. Punar jighruksha. Jighruksha means the ichha to take back, the ability to accept back. Asti iti pratyayana artham. So pratyayam, we said pratyayartham tu dunduvehe kayamuttamam. We read that sloka, right? So pratyaya is to prove to the people that against this Kamadosha allegation, Rama had to make that statement. That is what is implied here. So Amrishyamana Anya Pratyayartham, for giving another alibi, Vachaha Anyartham Asahamanam Jvalanam Prakruta Vanhitvena. So here also there are two schools of thought here. So one, Jvalanam is into that fire. Jvalanam Vivesha Sati, Sita Sati, Jvalanam Vivesha. Amrishyamana means unable to, having got hurt. I mean, that is a very simple word here. But Anya Pratyayartham, that is what here they are saying. Means Amrishyamana means in order to provide or in order to prove herself, in order to answer or in order to give the alibi, Vachaha Anyartham, the statement which is questions and suspicions. Asahamana, intolerant or unable to tolerate this insult. Jvalanam, Prakruta Vanhitvena, a natural fire that was set up there. Janaihi Pratiyamanam means that was set up by normal people there or by the people there. Vivesha means she entered it. But what is the Vivesha said here? Swaswarupa Bhuta Teja Asi. Bhuta Teja Asi Tasthau. Tejasi Tasthau. So, again, when we read the Bhakti version of Ramayanam, Sita is Agni, they say. She is the Agni Swarupa. And we talked about it before also, right? Hiranyavarnam, Harinim, Jwalantim. That's how Sri Suktam also goes, describing Lakshmi as that fire, that gold, that fire that melts the gold. And so she is like gold, purified gold, and all we say. So she is Agni Swarupa. And so even when Ravana takes away, it is the Agni Rupa of Sita that is carried away with him, and not the physical Sharirika Sita, they say. And so that Agni Swarupa entered her own Agni, means Swaswarupa Bhuta Tejasi. Whatever is her Swarupa, whatever is her natural Tejaha. Tejaha means what? Prithvivyapa Vayu Agni Prithvivyapa Tejaha, we say. Tejaha means fire. Teja means actually fire. We say that radiation, which is radiation of fire, that is how we see it as as an explanation. But as a literal meaning of Tejas is fire. So Swaswarupa Bhuta Tejasi Tasthau. She stood in her original fire element of hers. So otherwise, dramatically we see that Sita entering fire, and oh my God, how much she would have got hurt and all. Again, I'll give my own interpretation later when we get there. But for now, so it is that Agni Teja Swarupa Sita. She Tasthau means she stood there, or she entered. She stood there in her own form of fire. That's what it means. So Sati Ityanena, Sati, by saying that word Sati there, Sati Ityanena Patitraya Balat Nijechaya Agni Pradurbhava Agnir Pradurbhavana Shaktimatva Dyotanam iti Kechit. So by saying Sati iti Kechit, some people say that Patitraya Balat. Patitrayam is Pativrata, whose strength is Pativrata Lakshanam. So Patitrayam Balat, with that strength, Nija Ichchaya, with her own will, Nija Ichchaya, Pradurbhavana, Nija Ichchaya, Agni Pradurbhavana Shaktimatvam. So, while some people say that the others have come and set up the fire for her, but we just read that Swarupa Bhuta Tejasi Tasthau. That means she herself, with her own strength and will, Patitraya strength, and Nijechaya, with her own will, with her own real will, Agnir Pradurbhavana Shaktimatvam. She generated the fire there. Agni Pradurbhava, Udbhava. Udbhava means appear or show up, appear. Udbhava, Pradurbhava, perfectly shows up there. What Agni? So she herself created the Agni, which means because she herself is Agni, she shows herself, her Agni form of herself. That is what it means there. So Patitraya Balan Nijechaya Agni Pradurbhavana Shaktimatvam. Shaktiman, Shaktimatvam. That strengthness, that strongness. Udyotanam is Dyotanam means Dyutihi, Kanti. So that is showed here. That's what it means. By her own strength, by her own will, by her own strength of Pativratyam, and by her own strong will, she has expressed herself as her original fire tattva, her Agni Bhuta element. Iti is showed here. That's what it means. Dyotanam iti kechit. Whereas others say Lakshmana Pradurbhavito Jvalana Ityanye. Anye, others say, oh, it is not just her own thing. Lakshmana has anyway set up the fire upon instructions of Rama. So into that Jvalanam Vivesa, she entered, say others. What do we do? Do we have time? Even then we cannot complete.
Vogaji, we can't stop here. Sampradaya, we can't stop.
But what do we say? Can't stop, right? Let's.
Can't stop.
But what do others say?
Just, yeah, at least jump forward to directly to Pattabhishekam or something like that.
Right. Okay, but then we'll need at least 2 more slokas.
Yeah,
Sriranji, is it okay if we go another 15-20 minutes?
I'm fine. I have no problem. I don't know about others. Everybody is okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I think
I'm fine too,
we can go. I think
We can go? Yeah. Let's go. Though I didn't want to comment much, but I had to take time to explain the Vyakhyanam because we should understand there is a Ramayana always, Ramayana, any Kavyam, especially Ramayanam, because it is a life manual for us. We have to study it, understand it from Guru's Vachana, from Guru's teachings in 3 aspects. One is the story aspect, which is the karma part of it, how the activities, action after action, that is the karma part of it. Then there is tattva part or the jnana part of it. So when you read tattvam, that is when you see what is Rama's personification, what is Sita's personification, what is Hanuman's personification. Each one is a personification of certain tattvas or certain qualities of us, physical, mental, intellectual, etc., etc. So from the tattva point, we should also, if you don't understand Ramayana, then it will be like you have seen a movie and you are making comments. Ramayana is not to be studied to make comments and judgments, right? It is to understand the tattva. If you understand the tattvam, then you appreciate it much better. And then once you understand the tattvam, then the bhakti generates. Then finally devotion, comes up, automatically generates. So first we read the story part, then we should be reading tattvis again, which is why otherwise I could have easily jumped to sloka explaining English meaning to you. I can do it myself. But if then it will seem like more story movie, which anyway all of us know. But second part we are doing, which is the tattva by reading the Vyakhyanam. Later, as we go deep, then in fact, for that bhakti automatically generates. I don't have to do anything there. If we do the tattva part, bhakti automatically generates. So, tato agni vachanat, tato agni vachanat sitam. Somebody read.
Ina and Siri left for another class.
Okay, so you repeat, Deepti ji. Tato agni vachanat sitam.
Tato agni vachanat sitam.
But when you read, you have to say tato agni vachanat sitam.
Tato agni vachanat sitam.
Jnatva vigata kalmasham.
Jnatva vigata kalmasham.
Karmana tena mahata.
Karmana tena mahata.
Trilokyam sacharacharam.
Trilokyam sacharacharam.
Sadevarshi ganam
tushtam.
Raghavasya mahatmanaha.
Raghavasya mahatmanaha.
Babhau Ramah samprushtah.
Babhau Ramah samprushtah.
Kshamata. Babhau Ramah samprahrishtah.
Babhau Ramah samprahrishtah.
Pujitas sarvadevataihi.
Pujitas sarvadevataihi.
Very good. We'll stop with this shloka, these 2 set of shlokas, because now it is a very happy ending, so that we can end happily today here. So, tataha iti, tataha agni vachanat, vishuddha bhavam nishpapam pratigruhnishva raghava is the statement of Agni in the actual Yuddha Kanda Sarga when we read there. So, agni vachanat, what is that Agni's vachanam here? What is Agni's statement? Agni's certification is that Vishuddha Bhavam Nishpapam. No papa. Nishpapa. Without papa. Vishuddha bhava. By bhava also means outside and inside. Bhava is inside. In fact, that is why Annamacharya's Geetam is there. Bhavamalona bahyamunanduna. Govinda Govinda iti. Bhava inside, bahya outside also. So Vishuddha bhava, even in her heart, inside, deep inside her heart, in every cell and cell, she is Vishuddha. Not even Shuddha. Shuddha itself is pure. Vishuddha, Vishesha Shuddha, Visishta Shuddha. She is supremely pure or pristinely pure and no sins, devoid of sins, no sins. Nishpapam pratigrinhishva. Grinhatu, take. Pratigrinhatu, you accept her back. Pratigrinhishva Raghava. Ityevam Rupat. So that was a statement of Agni. There is one important statement. There is a big speech given by Agni then. Vigata Kalmasham Nishpapam Swayam Jnatva. So Rama anyways knows, right? So Jnatva here means having known Janaki that she is Vigata Kalmasha and Nishpapa iti. But Lokasya cha tathatvam pratyaya. So see here there is in Sanskritam the beauty of the verbs. There is do, make doer, make do. I mean, I'm trying to literally say that, which means pathati, pathayati. Pathati is read. Pathayati, in ordinary English today we say is teach. But in our Hindu philosophy, in Vedic philosophy, teaching. There is only making you to read. Patha is read. Pathayati is making you to read. Because we believe if you have the will, only will you read. Nobody else can make you read or study or understand or whatever. So pathayati does not mean teach. Pathayati means make you read. Likewise, gacchati, gamayati. Gacchati is he goes. Gamayati is he makes you go. So there is this make you form of for every verb called as nich pratyaya. Nich means when it gives the form of make you do things. Prapya means or pratyaya. Pratyaya means do the proof it. Pratyaya means making it provable, for proving it for others' sake. So lokasya cha tathatvam. Hey, tatha. Hey, I'm not saying this, okay? If I say it, then you will all blame me tomorrow. But I'm not saying that. So to prove it as an alibi or to prove it for Loka, for the world, he makes Agni come and certify. Again, Agni and all, if we later we'll talk about it. Anyway, Pratyaya Sitam Angicha Karoti iti Seshaha. He accepts Sita. Angi Karoti. He accepts. In fact, Angikara itself is another beautiful word. In English, accept. But if you see Angam, Angam means what? Parts. Angam Harehe Pulaka Bhushanamashrayanti is the first shloka of Kanakadhara. Who is Lakshmi? Angam. Harehe Angam. She is part of him. She is another part, undivisible part. So Angikaroti means Angam, he made himself. It's called Angikara. In English, for a lack of another word, we say accept. Angikaram karoti, it means you accept it. But what does it literally mean? If we have to understand that verb, and if we use it, when you say that I am accept, aham angikaromi, it means I am making it part of myself. That is Angikara. So literally also.
Is integration a word for that? I mean, integrated her into his life or something?
Yes, that is very much better word, nearby word. Yes, he integrated her into himself. So Angikaroti makes part. Now Sita is an Angam of himself. And so if you see, though Shiva and Parvati only are portrayed as that Ardhanarishwara, to show one aspect of our Prakriti Purusha or our concept of, man and woman being always together. Every couple that we know are actually Ardhanarishwaraha. Vishnu, Lakshmi are also Ardhanarishwaraha. And that is what is being portrayed here also. Rama also Angikaroti. He takes it as his own part. And as Srirangi said, as an integral part, undivisible part, inseparable part. Angikaroti. Where are we? Sitam Angi cha karoti iti sesha. Kvachit tu, somewhere, in Kvachit means in somewhere, tu, though it's in some places, Agrahid amalam Ramaha vachanaya guroh tada iti pathyate. So in some places, or in some of the texts, it is also said with guroh vachanat. So several people give their advices and all. Normally we say that, or normally most of us believe that Rama accepts it after Agni certifies. However, in some texts, Agrahit means he accepts or he receives her. Amalam, Amala, no Mala means no. Mala is what? Mala is
Wastage.
Wastage is the ordinary word, but Amala is impure things is Mala. Unimpure thing is Amala. One with no impurities. Amala. So Amalam, Ramaha, Amalam Agrahit. He accepts her, he receives her. By what or for what? Guroho Vachanacha. With Guru's instructions or with Guru's statement, Vachana, which means Guru's instructions, Tada Amalam Ramaha Agrahit. Iti Patyate. There are some texts which say that also. That Rama accepts, because Rama, as we said, Rama is one avatara where he's a fan of all the rishis, and of course rishis are his fans anyway. So it's a beautiful mutual love for each other, mutual respect and mutual wanting for each other. Rama likes rishis, rishis are his fans. So Rama always goes by the guidance of rishis. So with Guru's Vachanam, he accepts Sita. Probably after Agni has, of course, certified. Agni certifies it for the world. Guru now says, hey, see, now, okay, the world is already notified or is informed. So please accept Sita now. And so he accepts Sita. I think we should remember this as the most important part of it, that Rama still accepts Sita. Rama loves so much Sita that he went against the world's practices by somehow trying to bring certain proofs and certain certifications from the most purity forms of Agni and Gurus and the world. Because he knew his responsibility as a king to follow the rules of the society. But at the same time, as an individual, Sita is his most beloved lady. He cannot stay without her. So he takes her back. So that is the most important part that we should all know and keep professing when anyone has any doubt or when anyone talks against makes these judgments. So iti patyate. Tatra amalam iti punaruktirutpadyate. So amala word is punarukti. So in Sahitya, because Sahitya is a challenge of kavis, of creativity, there should not be redundant words, they say. Punaruktihi, redundant expression. Dviruktihi, multiple uktihi is not accepted. Then they say, is like Bhoga talking. A Kavi, when he talks, he never repeats a word. He always adds another adjective, which gives another description, another qualification, another qualifier. So by if we have this line called Agrahid Amila Amalam Ramo Vachanaya Gurostada, then the Amala word comes twice, or that adjective is repeated twice. So probably that is not that is another addition, not the original text to say that. Sarva Devarshi iti. Next line. Sarva Devarshi Ganam Tushtum Raghavasya Mahatmanaha Bhavau Ramaha Samprahrushtaha Pujitaha Sarva Devataihi. So for that shloka, the Vyakhyanam here. Sarva Devarshihi iti. Tena Karmana. By what karma? By what action? Tena Karmana. Tena Karmana means Sita Pratyayana. Sita Pratyayanayanatena Karmana. By bringing back Sita with that Rishi Devagana Sahita Charachara Praja Sahitam Trilokyam. Tena Karmana Tena Mahata Trilokyam Sacharacharam is said there, right? So for that, the explanation of what is Trilokya, what is Sacharachara, what is that Mahata Karma, Mahan Karma, Mahat Karma by Mahata Karmana Tena. So one is generating the evidence and the proof of the purity of Sita. Sita Pratyayanayanantena Karmana Rishi Deva Gana Sahita Charachara Praja Sahitam. That is a Trilokyam. Tushtam, Tutosha, he made them happy. He made the whole world, 3 worlds comprising of Rishis, Devagana Sahita, Charachara Prajaha, mobile and immobile living beings. Rishis, Devas, and the other mobile and immobile beings. Those are the 3 lokas in a way here implied as. Tat santoshena cha, with that, because now all of them are happy. Oh, good. It's a good happy ending. Tat santoshena cha, prahrushta santosha vashadeva. Prahrushta, hrushta, prahrushta. With utmost heartful santosha, happiness. Prahrushta santoshena, utmost heartful, happy, hearty, glad feelings. Vashadeva. Sarvadevataihi pujitascha Ramaha babhau. Babhau. Bhu bhavati. That's past babhau. So Rama happened to be pujitaha. He was worshipped by Sarvadevataihi. In fact, 105th Sarga of Yuddhakanda, if we read, it is a stotra by Brahma praising Rama. Rama, what are you? You are this, you are that, you are this, you are that. You are such. So anyway, so that is that Sarvadevataihi pujitaha Ramaha babhau means. Atra kechid acharanam. So it said charachara. So what are those charachara? They are listing here. Acharaha means vrikshadinam, because the only immobile ones are vrikshaha. Plants are immobile living beings. Acharanam, which means vrikshadinam. Ravana krita pida parijnana bhavena. It is said that Ravana krita pida parijnana abhavena. The other acharas are Ravana krita pida parijnana abhava. Those who have not felt or realized the pida that was generated by Ravana. Now, those are also termed under or classified under acharaha. Those are also as good as immobile fellows, or what is the word there? Not immobile, but insensitive fellows. Yes, somebody said insensitive.
Yeah.
Right, insensitive. So they are all Ravana Vadha Janya Santosha Bhavadevam. So now that Ravana is killed, Santosha Ravana Vadha Janya, generated by the Ravana Vadha. Santosha Bhava generated by Ravana Vadha Vyachakshayate. It is Vyachakshyate is expressed. Devarshiganam iti pathaha. Rityakaha iti prakriti bhavaha. Tatra devaganaha, which means Indradayaha, Rishiganaha, Vishwamitradayaha, etad rupam trailokyam sacharacharam. Atra charaprajaha gati bhakshana matra pradhana astiryak srotasaha pashupakshadayaha airavataadayaha. Oh my God. So they are trying to explain all the species living, moving and non-moving, or mobile and immobile species. They're all listed here. Atra charaprajaha, the mobile prajaha, who are they? Gati bhakshana matra pradhanaha. So one gati is movement, bhakshana eating, matra pradhanaha, that is the moving and moving for living, moving for eating. Matra pradhanaha, tiryak srotasaha. Tiryak is one not straight but horizontal. Invertebrate, what is it called? Man is the only one who can say straight, and all other vertebrae are horizontal, right? So all those animals, srotasaha, pashupakshadayaha, airavataadayaha. Airavata is elephants and all that. Those big monsters, pashupakshi, all small animals and birds and big monsters, all of them. Achara prajascha, achara prajaha, charaprajabhin na jnana yukta prajaha. So acharaha are, in contrast to them, charaprajabhignan, charaprajabhinna ajnana yukta prajaha. The other beings which are, less intellectual, other than the charaprajaha, the other living beings, the other moving beings that were described before. Avak srotasaha manushyaha. So other people added here is avak srotasaha. The rivers are also considered as moving, mobile living things, right? Because water is a living thing for us, life force. So that is also a living thing. But that is avak. It cannot speak. Avak srotasaha and manushyaha. Those are the ones there. So with that, we'll conclude here. Another few slokas. The story part will be done. So next week, we'll complete the and probably get into Falashrutis. We'll at least read one Falashruti shloka so that we all can be glad that we spent April 2nd to next week will be September, what date? 27th. But we will be glad that we spent so long to study it in so detail, word by word, and with so much of commentary, Vyakhyanam by great rishis, great pandits. What are the benefits that we get by reading that is what we will read after completing this next 4 more shlokas. We'll get into that. Sorry, we took 1.5 hours. Hope we are glad that we have concluded it on a happy note. All gods, rishis, everybody are pleased with this great deeds of Rama, and that is where we are concluding today. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sushachate Sudinanchate. I know all of us are late. Let us rush home happily. Thank you, Vikramji. That though yes, we took half hour more, but we ended it on the happy note instead of the sorrowful note of Sita and Parusha Vachanam there.
धन्यवाद
भोगाजी.
धन्यवाद भोगाजी.
धन्यवाद भोगाजी. धन्यवाद भोगाजी.
धन्यवाद दिनेश. Namaste. See you all next week.
धन्यवाद भोगाजी.
Oh, धन्यवाद. What's your name? I forgot.
Part 2.
पार्थो, धन्यवादः पार्थो, चिरंजीव सुखी भव।
धन्यवाद भगत जी।
हाँ जी, नमस्ते।